Hi everyone. I need to hit the ground running. So, I've had you all on edge for 2 weeks. Now, if you follow my Twitter account, you know what's been going on up until now. So, to catch everyone up, Sunday morning was meant to be, or Sunday was meant to be D-Day. Sunday morning, however, was sabotaged. My father called the police. The police came to my apartment. The police tried to talk me out of castrating myself. I explained to the police exactly what happened, or what was meant to occur, and what my plans were, and or exactly how the castration process was meant to be. And they changed their minds and admitted, okay, you're not going to die from this. I still don't suggest you do it, but don't do it, but you're not going to die. So if you're going to do it, have someone at least in the room with you. I was escorted, however, to the hospital, only to be told again by doctors, don't do this. Right. I stayed there the night. The very next day I was transferred to Penrith St. Francis Psychiatric, it's known as 3 East. From there I spent just about 72 hours. I was released. Once I came back, business as usual, tried to pick up where I left off. I tried to contact this person who was meant to help me with the procedure. I did find someone. And he's like, well, you need to pay me, because I ended up leaving him hanging. Unfortunately, I couldn't contact him when I couldn't be there Sunday. Well, he didn't even show himself when it came time for this. He was AWOL. I went to his house. He was not there. I left a message with his roommates. I ended up calling his roommates by midnight to see if he had yet returned. Of course he had not, but his roommate he volunteered to assist me, and I questioned him, like, are you sure? And I explained everything that was going on. He's like, well, you're still going to do it, and I'm not going to be able to stop you. Once I was sure that he really wasn't going to, I invited him in. He went to the hotel that I was staying at. We began at 1 o'clock. It lasted until about 7. As I described to you, I covered the whole scrotal area with tridocaine topical anesthetic. I wrapped it in plastic wrap. I submerged them in ice. After 45 minutes, I removed the plastic and tested just how numb the area would be. I made the incision. I removed a layer of connective tissue that bundled up all of the whole testicle and the cords. I carefully, meticulously removed that layer of connective tissue. It was a very painstaking process, but I did complete it after about 4 hours. Careful not to nick any veins, unfortunately. That did occur from time to time, about 2 of those. I did cauterize those veins. Once I removed the layer of connective tissue, I clamped down the cords one at a time. I severed them and cauterized them. When it came to the actual vas, I severed it using a cautery pen. So it was cauterized and severed at the same time. So once I had removed the testicle, everything was put back inside. Not the testicle, but the cords. I cleaned things up a little bit. I sutured it up, cleaned it up a little bit more, and I applied Dermabond surgical adhesive. I did have a little bit of assistance with the sutures from the person who was watching me and making sure nothing happened. I didn't bleed to death or whatever, which of course that didn't happen. He did help me get to meet an appointment with my doctor, which was scheduled an hour later, which is why I finished when I did. I could have finished both testicles, but I didn't have time. I was hoping to do both within 6 hours, but I'm not as skilled as I thought I was going to be. But it was still a victory. I actually removed my own right testicle. I kept it clean using saline solution and dermaplast. I kept my supplies clean using Dermoplast and Lysol, actually. Yeah. So when I was done, saw my doctor. After I saw my doctor, she forwarded me over to a hospital. I stayed there. They went back inside to operate, to check my work. They removed a small hematoma, which that could have occurred even if a surgeon had done it the first time on their own. They sutured, after they removed it, they sutured it back up. I was given a JP tube to drain the blood. There was some swelling. I was released within a matter of days, about 3 days, maybe 4 days, and then from there I was transferred to, again, that same mental hospital, Penrose St. Francis, also known as 3 East, and I've been there since, or I was there until today. And again, they had no reason to hold me. I'm not crazy. I'm just a little bit eccentric. So there you are. I castrated myself. And if you guys want proof, I can give you pictures. And I really want the medical community to see this video, because I want them to piss their pants, knowing that it is possible, and knowing that someone like you might be dumb enough to actually do it. Might be crazy enough to try and do it on your own. Guaranteed, if any of you do it, you're gonna die, because you will not be as meticulous as OCD as I was, and making sure I did the job right. You won't have the knowledge like I did. But I want them to think that you're gonna do it. I want them to see this video, because they're not gonna be able to estimate. Never underestimate the power of people's stupidity. They're gonna end up thinking that you're gonna do this, and that's great, because that's gonna get the changes that we need, so that we can have my dream, having orchiectomies just as commonplace as abortions. That's my goal. I'll explain that to you later. I'm gonna have that on my other channel. Love always, now, and most sincerely, Jadis Ileana RJP, now and forever. Bye.